economy is on the mend, but American small businesses and small business owners aren't able to send that message yet. Small businesses have never had a harder time getting a loan, as access to credit is being denied at an increasing pace. Since the onset of the credit crisis over 2 years ago, available credit to small businesses and consumers has contracted by trillions of dollars. Without access to credit, small businesses can't grow, can't hire, and too often end up going out of business. In recent hearings on the Small Business Administration's capital access programs, we heard from 2 SBIC witnesses from my home state of Missouri, Capital for Business and C3 Capital. Both testified that despite having a 50-year record of growing American small businesses and providing over $55 billion in financing to over 100,000 U.S.-based businesses, the SBIC is being dramatically underutilized. When both credit and investment have evaporated, it does not make sense to leave an effective small business tool unused. Additionally, this bill will halt the continued flight of SBICs that participate in the program by establishing an expedited licensing process. A broken licensing system for far too long has been cutting off capital to good small businesses. I know of a successful SBIC in Missouri that applied for a second license, and it took over 1 year, countless hours of paperwork, and expensive legal bills. This legislation would provide a transparent process with clear standards and a reasonable timeline for applicants. This bill also includes strong taxpayer protections. New background checks and proof of raised capital will be required. Funds that have major regulatory problems or are unable to raise private funds would not be able to get an expedited repeat license. Further, the administrator should have the authority to put the brakes on any application that she thinks may pose a risk to the taxpayer. At a time when small businesses are still struggling to keep their doors open, I am pleased to see a bill working its way through the legislative process that would improve initiatives already available to small businesses. Perhaps more important, the bill we consider today recognizes the ability here to create good private sector jobs in Missouri and across the country. Mr. Chairman, this bill is not an answer to what ails our economy. It was a good start to help small business, the economic engine of our economy, get back in the business of doing business. I urge my colleagues to adopt the legislation. Mr. Chairman, with that, I yield back. Thank you.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from Oregon.
Mr. Chairman, I yield 3 minutes to the gentlelady from Illinois, Ms. Alverson.
Gentlewoman from Illinois is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr.